Okay, today I'm going to do a quick review on Rod and Staff preschool books. You could Google rodandstaffbooks.com, or there is a place based out of Halsey, Oregon, I know, that I order from. So I think they're originally from the South. I'm not sure, but it's called Rod and Staff Publishers right there. Okay. Now they have a preschool collection. So to them, preschool is anyone before first grade, so it could go up to about age 6. But we always use it for our 4-year-olds. So for when the kids are 4, we automatically do preschool, and it's just simple. We want them to love learning and not be too overwhelmed. So we just keep it simple. We do a theme book, a workbook like this, and then learn to cut and color crafts. So we keep it really easy, and that way they enjoy it. So this one is missing. It starts with A. It's called Adventures with Books. Then there's this one, the Bible, this is different because they have Bible stories with the matching color book. Then Counting with Numbers. Do it carefully everywhere we go, and finding the answers. So they're very simple. You can spread it out. The kids can do a couple pages a day. For our homeschool, we basically do it Monday through Thursday during nap time. And for the little kids, you don't need that long of time at all. All right, so like I said, the A has been used and disposed of, so we don't have that right now. And then, so we start with this one next, the Counting with Numbers. And it's basically, this one goes over, obviously, counting. So they do 1 through 10. And so they have them practice learning the strokes and then counting. Like this is cute, like from the chicken to the egg, so you're learning your ones. And then they go up to 2s, and it's really simple. You're just counting and circling and writing. So they have fun with it. And then they have little, it gets progressively harder, and they have little pages where you can cut out. And it's always the page after you've done the first one to count 1, 2, 3. So as you can see, it's fun, simple, black and white. It's very cheap too. They're only a couple bucks. I forgot how much. We buy them every time we have a preschooler, and I don't look at it much anymore. But they're very cheap. So if you're on a budget, I recommend these. You don't need super fancy things. They just need to learn basic skills anyway. So cheap is best. Even though it's black and white, they can have, if they love to color, they have tons of color. And they always incorporate God in it. Not, I think, these small ones, but like example, of course, the Bible storybook. Now, if they can sit through these, it's perfect. This is about how long they are right here. So my little ones, especially my boys, don't sit still for that. So I just kind of summarize the story, and then they color the coordinating color page that goes with the story. So that way their hands are doing something while they're listening. So you can make it fun. It doesn't have to be dry and boring. Okay, so that's the Bible one. So anyway, this count with numbers, this goes up, and then it gets more cutting exercises and pasting. So that's what it looks like inside. They seem to like that. Doing it carefully. You go over your letters and your numbers. So it gets more into these exercises that you do for preschoolers where you go left to right. So that way when they learn to write, they know the direction, the fine motor skills and all that. Then they get to trace their stories. Our kids have always liked them. We've gone through, my oldest is almost 13. And then our kids go down to 1. So 1 to 13. So we've had some experience. So my tip to you is when you find something you like, stick with it. You don't need to change it unless it's not working anymore. And for preschool, it's not much to it. Pretty simple. That's it. So keeps going. This incorporates more numbers. Kind of just builds on what they've learned in the other one. Like I said, you only have to do a couple pages a day. Sometimes they like to we'll do 4, depending on what thing it is. But if they're super easy like this, where you just match the things that go together, they fly through that. So they can do as much as you want. I always just use them as a guide. When they're tired, stop. You don't want to push it. You don't have to, but we have to do the 4 pages a day. You don't want to get stuck in that. And then this is the last one. It goes up to that. Now, that is it for preschool, and usually go through that in their preschool year. Now, if they zoom through it, there's the next series. They start with G, since that ended in F. These ones have themes, which are really fun. So going on eagerly, hearing and helping, inside and outside, just thinking and choosing, keep doing it carefully, and learning more and more. It's nice because it has the theme for this. So the whole book, there's the underwater and the jungle safari, and like where we live, the Pacific Northwest, and woods, forests, I guess a different, and then that's jungle, and then the Arctic. So in it, it's for a little bigger kids. So I usually do these for kindergarten. We usually finish these for preschool year, spread it out with our theme books and cutting and crafts and fun stuff. And then kindergarten, we add in math and the reading, writing, and spelling. So I'll do another video on what we do for that. But I usually save these workbooks for kindergarten, just like to kind of round it out. So they have more skills. So still a lot of tracing and cutting and shapes, and depending on your kid how easy or simple it is. But it's all circled around the theme of the book, which is fun because then they learn about the animals and the habitats of that area of the world. And so they have little cutouts and crafts. And then stories, like I said. It's Rod and Staff is Mennonites, so if you want God in your stories, this is perfect too. But I love how the animals are incorporated in there. And then the jungle one. Mazes, stories, all that. Lots of cutting and finding, and it's kind of nice because they get to they learn what kind of animals live where, and kids love it. Okay, so I think you've seen enough. So this is what we do for our preschool and kindergarten. So that is what we purchased from Rod and Staff. We use lots of different other companies, but I just wanted to show you that one.